tired? Do you think you can listen some more? Probably not. You see, our brains can only take so much. When I do seminars across the country for 2 or 3 days, I only speak for around 35 minutes. And then I give them a break, but I give them a positive thing that I have to share with them. Then they come back 5 minutes later, and I give them something else positive. Then I speak for 30 or 35 minutes, and then I give them another break. And then at the end of the day, they don't want to leave because they're not tired. They're a little wired, but not tired. And if they owned the company, they wouldn't be fired. So how about you? Let's get up, because life is just a minute with only 60 seconds in it, forced upon you. Can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to you to use it. You will suffer if you abuse it. Give an account if you lose it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. Do you realize that God has given you 1,440 minutes today to serve if you've got the nerve? You see, time is money. How many people in here have more money than they do have time? Anybody? No, because time is money. And so that 1,440 minutes is now turned into $1,440. And God said you can spend them or you can invest them. You can do whatever you want with them. What are you doing with your $1,440 today? You see, by midnight, they're gone. It's over. He gives you another $1,440 in your bank account tomorrow. And you can start all over. What did you do with yours? It's so important to wonder. Unless you inspect what you expect, you're never going to know what's happening. All you have to do if you want to have the best life you ever had for the rest of this year, for all of next year, tomorrow morning, you have to get up the next day and say, how many of those dollars, God, did I invest? How many did I spend? Did I just sit around watching the TV? Did I just sit around outside? Did I do all kinds of things that were really frivolous? All you have to do, I'm not asking you to do much. All you have to do is look at yesterday and find out how many of those dollars were invested and how many were spent. And I can guarantee you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that if you take today and invest 5 more of those dollars than you spent yesterday, helping somebody else, learning, reading, studying, praying more than you did the day before, at the end of next year, you will be better off physically, mentally, spiritually, socially, and financially. Isn't that exciting? How many of you want that? So I asked yesterday when I started, or the day before, I don't even know when I started. I'm just excited about being here to share what God gave me in my heart to bring to you simple. A simple life, but a simple life of accomplishment that you haven't ever been able to accomplish. Maybe it's because you don't think you can. Maybe it's because you were crippled. Maybe because you never thought about it. Maybe you don't want anything out of life. But if you're a Christian and you said, God, come into my heart and help me today to do the right start, then you're going to accomplish something that you never have. I've shared with the pastors and so forth that my culmination of my speaking will give you all put together the way that you will have the best life, not for yourself, but for others. You see, it's not what you have, but what you do with what you have that'll make the difference. Wow, I'm so excited about that because I have so much from God, and so many people's lives are being changed. Why? Because I was willing to leave everything and come here. How many of you are willing to leave your house for a week, leave your business, leave your life, because you have something so special in your heart from God, and He wants you to bring it? Are you ready to go? You see, that's what we have to be. We have to be ready to go. Before I start speaking anywhere, I got to get you ready to listen to what God has today for you, not from me, but from God. So everybody stand up, please. Let's get excited about living. Let's start our day the right way. Okay, We're going to start my get up and go again, because I want to get up and go. So I came here, I got up and went, and here I am. Are you ready to go? I hope you will be. All right. The first thing is we start with the chest buster. So we do this. We're going to do 10 only. I do 100 every day, every morning. Wow, looks good to see you moving instead of sitting and doing nothing. I can't stand sitting still. I stand. The longer you stand, the longer you live. Isn't that Christ? Stand up for the Lord. Okay, let's stop. Take 2 deep breaths, please. Okay, the next one, come fly with me. Wow, isn't that exciting? You feel up in the upper part of your back, it's working now. The upper part, we're going to loosen it all up so you're ready to go. Isn't that exciting? Okay, stop for a minute. 2 deep breaths. Reverse it. Reverse it now. Exciting. Wow, I like to see everybody moving, doing motion, getting somewhere. Not just standing still, but waking up. Okay, stop and take 2 deep breaths, please. Okay, now let's become a cut-up. Just do around 10 of them. Maybe next week you can do 15. Next week you can do 20 a day. Next week you can do 25. Can you imagine if you do 100, you don't have to, I don't exercise. Here's my morning wake up, get up, and go. I love it. Okay, stop. Take 2 deep breaths again, please. Okay, come swing with me. Come swing with me. Now you feel it on the middle of your back there? It's working up all your muscles, everything, so you can think sharp. Be sharp. Okay, stop. 2 deep breaths, please. Come fly with me like this. I mean, you can start from the top. Yeah. Top to the bottom. And we're all flying. If you can turn around and see it, we're all flying. We're flying for the Lord. Wow, isn't this exciting? Have you been anywhere where you flew all over the audience? That's God. He wants you to fly out there to the people around you today with enthusiasm that you haven't had before. Stop. 2 deep breaths, please. Okay, we're going to become a cut-up again, only down here, like this. See, now we're pulling from the bottom of the back, the spine. Do you feel it pulling down there, right down here? You feel that, don't you? Can you imagine if you did this every day, you'd be young and good-looking like me. You'd be young and good-looking like me. Isn't that funny? Because I don't think I'm good-looking. You probably don't either. So we got it straight. Okay, 2 deep breaths. 2 deep breaths out to get something funny in. Okay, this is another one. 1, 1, 1, 1, like that. 1, 1, 1. Not all the way down. You don't have to touch your toes. Just enough to see we're pulling loose by your sciatic nerve there. And your body's going to be all loose. And once you can do it, you're gonna feel different every day. Okay, stand up. 2 deep breaths again. I can't remember, did we do this cut up down here? Okay, yes, okay. Now, I want you to turn to somebody and I want you to do the bow. I want you to bow to somebody as if you really care about them. Okay. Bow to that little girl. I love you. I love you. Thank you for being what you are. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so blessed to be able to bow down to you. Thank you. Wow, isn't this exciting? Isn't this exciting? Okay, one last one. This one does your respiratory system and gets your breathing properly. And like I said, let me just do it myself first. Don't you do it, please. Listen, I bring in the air, and I'm holding it right there. I can hold it for 10, 12 seconds, but you better not. You might faint. You got to start slow, 5 seconds. And then you're going to let it out with your hands. You got to make sure you get it all out from the core. So let's start it. Okay. Take that last gas for breath. See, you're down here. And you let it all out of the core. So let's do it again. And you pretend you're playing a trumpet or something like that, because I play one. Your lips, you just let a little bit of air come out. That's all you do. What's behind the mic? Oh, the mic. I'm wondering, I don't see anybody there. Am I blind? You just let a little bit out. Don't let it all out. Take it all the way down to the bottom, and then one last thing. Okay, let's try it now. Okay, another one. Now we're doing it right. One more. Wow. I teach breathing exercises and laughing exercises. Maybe everybody needs a laugh. Here's what you can do. 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes in the afternoon of laughing. In the United States, a little kid from 1 to 10, the average amount of times he laughs, and it's funny, is 400 times a day. The adults, it's only 4 times a day the adults on the average have something to laugh about. Isn't that crazy? We have Jesus Christ in our heart. We can laugh and sing and cry and do everything because that's what he wants. So I'm going to teach you how to laugh, okay? Listen to me. This is what I do. Now it's up to you. I want to do the 2-minute laugh program. Everybody, let's start laughing together. Look at somebody and laugh at them. Okay? Turn to your friend and laugh at him. Isn't that great? How do you feel? It feels so good, doesn't it? Now this afternoon, I want you to do that again. We're going to do that laugh. You do that twice. And if you got to go someplace at night, laugh for a little bit before you leave. And later on, we'll do the breathe one. Okay. I want you to turn to 3 more different people than you shook hands with yesterday and say, I'm David Baldus, and I'm excited. I mean, your name, excuse me. You can say David Baldus, doesn't matter. 3 people, 3 different people, shake their hands. Isn't it great to see everybody so happy? Instead, I was watching you when I came in, and here's what you look like. Here's what you look like. What's he going to say? Is it going to be good? Is it going to be exciting? I don't know. Should I stay or should I leave? And I'm glad you stayed. Okay, now we're going to get up again, everybody. This is another step of my morning drill. Stand up again once more. And this is what you're going to do. We're going to say, I'm excited 10 times like this. I'm excited. Okay, let's start. I'm excited. 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 Wow, you can't stop because you're so excited. All right, stay standing up. Now we're going to do the last part of that. We're going to do this. Listen to me. The first one you're going to say, here we go. I can, I will, I have, I'm excited. Let's do that one. I can, I will, I have, and I'm excited. Now you can leave your house and tell the story that you accomplished yesterday because of Jesus Christ in your heart. So have a seat. I want to ask a question of all of you here. And I don't think you need to raise your hand. But how many of you can honestly say that before I left today, I said, God, use me. God, help me to get something from this seminar. God, help me to give something to the people around me. Help me to be used today like I've never been before. How many of you really could say that you did it that way? Well, I do it that way every day. And I usually start with a little song that I wrote. Let me get my breath. Isn't it good to have your breath taken away from you because of something exciting and something real? My song goes like this. Use me, dear Jesus, use me today. Use me, dear Jesus, use me, I pray. In all I do and in all I say, use me, dear Jesus, today. As I travel along life's road, and the day begins to unfold, help me to be what you want me to be, so I can be used today. Oh, use me, dear Jesus, use me today. Use me, dear Jesus, use me, I pray. In all I do and in all I say, use me, dear Jesus, today. Wow, thank you, God, for today. Help me to do and say what you want me to say. It's a nice little simple chorus. Let's start out. Use me, dear Jesus, use me today. Use me, dear Jesus, use me, I pray. In all I do and in all I say, use me, dear Jesus, today. Let's sing it again. Let's sing it from your heart like you mean it. Use me, dear Jesus, today. Use me, dear Jesus, use me today. Use me, dear Jesus, use me, I pray. In all I do and in all I say, use me, dear Jesus, today. Wow, I'm so excited about being here. I got so much in my head, so well fed, and if I don't give it out, I could be dead. So I'm going to share because I don't want my face to be red. How about you when you're facing people every day? Are you showing the joy of the Lord in your heart when you walk in that door at the job or business, wherever you are? You're excited. You're excited to come again and see them because you're taking Jesus with you. Isn't that exciting to think that you can have somebody like Jesus go with you? You take him with me in the car so that I don't have to be alone. He'll take you, take him everywhere you are. God has blessed me with so many things. I wrote a book called The Positive Edge. I want to read around 4 of these because I read some of these to everybody that I meet. This one, my book was written, it's called The Positive Edge. In this day and age, we need a positive edge. With so many people hurting due to poverty, crime, floods, earthquakes, and so on, it's nice to hear something positive for a change. Do you bring something positive to work every day? Here is the positive edge, compiled of phrases, sayings, and positive articles, and I thought would help people I meet. Some of the authors are unknown, but have been written to share. It is freestyle from form, so it will stand out. Now you, if you had this, can have the same pleasure I've had to share a positive thought throughout the day. It will make a difference in people's lives that cross your path. In addition, it will also make a difference in your life to help others. I'd like to read a few of these before I really get started. Oh, I thought I was started. Okay, this one, I titled it A Person Down the Road. In 30, 40, or 50 years, you'll meet a person down the road. Whether the someone is kind and gentle or selfish and demanding depends on what you do today. If you love only in terms of what you can get out of life, the person will be crabby, self-centered, and spiteful. But if you open your life to others and live as a giver, this person will be kind, open, and generous. This someday when you'll meet down the road again, it's you. The person you will be tomorrow depends on the life you live today. Every day in every way, you are becoming more and more like yourself. Make sure the person you are becoming is someone whom you enjoy being around. Do you enjoy being around yourself? If not, then you better do something. Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote the title Success. How many of you really believe you reach success? Yes. Success is to laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends. Endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, to know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeed. I just want to read another one. Have a super day. Remember, Vince Lombardi, the famous football coach, winning is not a sometime thing, it is all-time thing. You don't win once in a while. You don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time. This is what he said to his players before they went out on the field. You do them right all the time. There is no room for second place. There's only one place, and that's first place. That's what he said. The word enthusiasm. How many know what the last 4 letters are of enthusiasm? Does anybody know? What are the last 4 letters of the word enthusiasm? What is it? Yes, and what it means really to you as a Christian, I am sold today. I am sold. You see, if you're sold for Jesus Christ, People are going to feel it. They're going to see it. They're going to want it. But you got to start at the beginning of the day. Don't let anything else get in your way with the things I'm going to share with you as we go on. Age is a quality of mind, and this is the last one. If you have left your dreams behind, if hope is lost, if you no longer look ahead, if your ambitions' fires are dead, then you are old. But if from life you take the best, and if in life you keep the best, the jest, if love you hold, no matter how many years go by, no matter how many birthdays fly, you are not old. I am not old. I am young. I'm young because God gave me something to stay young. You talk about anti-aging. It's so simple. Just drink this water. Do the things I do, which I'm going to share and sum up later this afternoon, and you will be young. You will be able to share with people because you're going to be a different person when you leave your house. Wouldn't you want that? How many want to be better and different than they always used to be? Without a doubt. So we're here today and hope we're going to have the start. By the way, they didn't bring my thing up for my presentation. But that's all right. I'll just talk and we'll finish that. The thing, yeah, I'll have that. Since I don't have my PowerPoint presentation, I'm going to share with you the next part of the equipment that we have and brought to this place is called the Vitalizer Pro. It's called True Microcurrent. There's biofeedbacks, Rife machines, laser machines, TENS units out there, beamers, and all kinds of energy units. All of them are milliamps. That's like when you plug something, your lamp, into the wall, milliamps. When people use any of those machines on you to relieve pain or whatever, they actually lower the ATP of your cells by 50 to 100%. That means that your immune system, no wonder you're getting sick. If you put your hands on the plate and got a treatment with what we have, first of all, we push a button, put your hands on there. So yesterday, I think we treated over 30 people, and everyone had a positive result. Just put your hands on this plate, which I'll be able to show you this afternoon, and I push a button, and the first one in 10 minutes balances the energy in all your organs. Can you imagine you have energy in all your organs balanced before you leave home for your job? You're going to be the president of the company soon. Because is the president that excited? And then we push another button, and it raises the ATP, which is the energy of all your cells, by 500%. Any of those other machines they use on you for pain or whatever it is, they lower it by 50 to 100%. That's why it takes twice as long to heal. And then the third one, wow. The third one is a sweep, it's called. It acts as a stem cell transplant without any side effects. You see, in the United States, they cut out a lot of the people doing any stem cell transplant. It only has to be done in small groups because of the side effects. The side effects are worse than anything else. People fly into Mexico, they fly into Russia, pay $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 to have a stem cell transplant from somebody they never knew. We don't even know what their blood is like. And they pay that money, go home and hope supposedly it's going to fix everything. And so what it does is we shoot 1.5 million frequencies through your body. You can't even feel them. It hits cancer, HIV, AIDS, viruses, rebuilds muscles, tendons, bones. Can you imagine people are going to have a hip replaced, knee replaced? They don't have to have. Can you imagine their arteries unclogged? Can you imagine they can get out of bed and walk again? And we have so many people that I've seen every day for the last 20 years. And every time I touch them with the equipment, something good happens. And it's Jesus that's touching them because I'm praying, Jesus, heal them. Jesus, heal them. I can't heal anybody. I can't cure anybody. But God gave me what is total anti-aging, something that can take care of your whole body in minutes. How many of you would love to have one of them in your house? We could do what I do every day. I know it's almost impossible with a lot of you people, but maybe there's going to be some centers set up around here. And I'm so excited about what happened. Some of the people, let me tell you, wow, this man that was a captain of a Navy ship for 25 years in India. The ship got into an accident. They went to the hospital, and they gave him shots, and he turned out to be nothing. Can't walk, can't lift his arms, can't do it, can't feed himself. He can only look like that. That was 32 years ago. His body's got to be dead, right? Can't do anything, just live there. That was it. Well, they heard about me and what I have, and they asked if they could come. They brought him on an electric cart, wheeled him in, picked him up like this, two guys, and went plop, and there he was. Can't do anything. I can't do anything. And I said, Lord, I need your help. I did a treatment on him, gave him some water. Nothing happened. 2 days later, they came back again. Nothing really happened. But the third time, I got to start moving his head and his neck. The fifth time, he could lift one arm. The seventh time, he could lift both arms. He could sit up. He could open up his mouth. He could talk after 32 years. So then I started working on his legs. You know, God said, get up and walk. So I started working on his legs with my equipment. In 2 treatments, he was able to sit up there. In another treatment, he was able to pull his clothes on, his pants on. He hasn't done that in 32 years. And then guess what happened? All of a sudden, the next treatment, he stood up like this. He stood up and he's counting 1, 2, 3 to 100. I don't know why. It just went. So they took him. Everybody clapped, and they took him home. He came back the next day, and he stood up and he counted to 200. He couldn't even count, period, before that. And then the next time, they got the equipment, and the next time I was training him, he all of a sudden stood up, and he walked against the wall 3 steps. Can you imagine? 32 years later, dead legs, dead body. And then we got him so well that he was walking with a walker, and he's 76 years old. He had energy, and he's alive and well today. Isn't that exciting? Hey, talk about the Bible. God said, get up and walk. That man hadn't walked in, 32 years or 38 years, he said last night or the night before? Well, guess what? God is here. God has given us something that is so valuable. I can tell you about another woman that she had rheumatoid arthritis and some other things. She was in pain, could never move out of the bed, couldn't feed herself, couldn't lift up her arms, nothing. And my friend wanted me to treat her. I said, bring her in. And he said, she can't get out of bed. I said, where is she? Well, it was almost an hour away. In my time, that'd be 2 hours one way, and 2 hours is 4 hours that I could not do. So they asked me again the next week. They asked me again the next week. They asked me again for the 4th week in a row, and I said no. But God had a different plan, because at 4 o'clock in the morning, I was awake, ready to get out of bed. And I couldn't get out of bed. I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden, I saw a little video going by. It's a woman getting out of bed, going back in bed, getting out of bed, going back in bed, and all of a sudden, I went to sleep. I woke up the next morning, and I knew that God wanted me to do that. So I called them up at noon. I went with them, followed them down, and we went to get off of I-4, and you see, something happened to my van. My shock absorbers, my transmission went out. It's 18 months old only. I knew somebody was trying to stop something. So I got in their car, and I went. And the husband said, my honey's in that room. When I walked in that room, that woman was just laying there flat. Couldn't move. and anything, and pain in every move she has. And so I said, can I pray for you? And I went and touched her hand, and she screamed. I said, I'm sorry. Is it all right if I use my finger, put it on your cheek? Can I pray for you? That way, and I went and put my finger on her cheek, and I said, God help me, not her. That was so funny. They laughed. I went to the bathroom and started praying. Went back and started putting some pads on her knees for her knee pain, and she's screaming. Then we had to wait 10 more minutes to put the cluster on the ascitic nerve, and she's screaming. And then I said, wow, we got to get this going. So I said, can you put your hands on this plate? She said, I can't lift my arms. I'm in pain, sir. Don't you know that? I said, yes, thank you. So her daughter, 40-year-old daughter, she held her hands on for 30 minutes. And then nothing still happened. And I said, Lord, I need some more help. I got to get to the shoulders. I asked her if she would lift her shoulders up for me like that. And she said, I can't. I'm in too much pain. I can't, I won't. So I went out in the hall with her husband and her daughter. And I said, I believe that God's going to do something. You guys have to hold her up. Even if she screams, cries, or whatever, it doesn't matter. And so they held her up. And in 4.5 minutes, 4.5 minutes, all of a sudden she screams like this and grabs a hold of me with her arms that she couldn't move. And I thank you, Lord, and they're praising God because of that. But I found out that the waist was still paralyzed. So I went outside and taught her husband and her daughter how to use the equipment. And all 3 days I said, I will help you. On the third day at 6:18, I'll never forget it, she called me and said, they called me and they're screaming. I thought something happened. Yes, she got up and walked her first 3 steps. I'm telling you, folks, we have something here so real. Is it all right if the girls can read something, Pastor? Pastor, is it all right if these girls can read a couple of things? Is it all right if the girls can read a couple of things right there, and then we can go and do whatever you want me to do? Okay, Sonia, you get up first. Morning. What? Yes. Thank you. I haven't even gotten into whatever. Doesn't matter. Here you go. Why don't you give your testimony? Yes, you do. Her testimony is more important. You can for sure. Okay, Sonia has a great testimony that what God did for her, and that's why she's here. But this afternoon, she's going to give her testimony, and she understands this microcurrent like Dr. Milovich himself. So she's going to give that testimony this afternoon. But I want her to read what? No? Alicia, how about you reading one, please? We have lots of testimonies. 2 minutes won't make any difference. Get up and read one, please. Thank you.
Okay, we have a couple of testimonies. Well, lots of testimonies. I'm just going to pick one or two. But we have stacks and stacks and stacks of testimonies from people who have drank the water. One is from Robert. He says, I am a diabetic for about 15 years. 5 weeks ago, I began drinking the alkaline water. My blood sugar ranged from 280 to 325. Today, after 5 weeks of drinking the alkaline water, my blood sugar count is 118 to 129. And also, circulation in my left leg has improved drastically. I'll read one more. This is from another client that's been on the alkaline water. She says, it has been a while since we talked, but I wanted to share with you the results of the last eye exam for her husband and herself. I usually go in for an eye checkup every 6 months just before I reordered my disposable contacts. This time, my doctor was very surprised with the results, as so was I. My vision in my right eye had improved significantly. My prescription dropped in half. Tom had gone in for a checkup 2 weeks ago before because he couldn't see out of his trifocals. The reason his vision had such a major change for the better. The doctor said his glasses were too strong. So we have testimony after testimony of all kinds of health issues that have been resolved because of the alkaline water. Thank you.
We're just going to do a couple more for you, and then we're going to pause, and somebody else is going to speak. And then we'll be back again, because we got so much to tell, so much to share, that will turn your heart up and say, wow, if only I was well. If only I could take some of that, I'd be well. That living water, that's what it's all about. So Leisha is the regional director of our company, and Sonia was the vice president. She is. And so she's going to read just a couple, and then we'll pause, okay? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Jesus is the living water. And I can't say enough good things about the water, because it is special water because of how it is cleansed through the machine. And, you know, we'll explain more about that. But as Sonia said, there's so many testimonies of wonderful things that people have experienced in their health from drinking the water. Here's one. Within 2 days of beginning drinking the water, I began to feel so good. I had to stop taking my blood pressure medication, and now the blood pressure is normal. I no longer wake up with headaches and neck pain. Any open sores I had in my arm from diabetes are now all healed, and that was all within 2 weeks for that one patient, just from drinking the water. Another one here is when I started drinking this wonderful living water, I was relieved of my tendinitis condition I had carried for 5 years, and it was eliminated in just 2 short weeks. And since then, until now, I have more energy, a better overall sense of well-being, and my blood pressure has previously dropped. My complexion is clearer, my mind is clear, and my family has also benefited tremendously. My daughter has no more constipation problems, and my son is getting rid of acne, and I'm a testimony. It keeps your step good and keeps you thin and keeps you happy. So God bless, and drink up.
Okay, thank you very much. I think if I were you, I'd stand up and move around until the other speaker comes. So everybody stand up and get ready for the other speaker. Let's do a couple of these round ones like this, okay? Let's do a couple more. Let's do the breast one right here. Lift it, squeeze. Okay, let's get